Welcome to KiniNews. I'm your host, Camelia. A Muda leader has called on the government and police to limit the use of outriders for political VIPs, saying that it would be good for ministers to experience daily commutes like the rest of the public.
Ministers should plan their travels if they want to get to their destination on time. This was a reminder from Muda Vice President Zaidel Baharuddin amid calls for the government and police to strictly limit the use of outriders for political VIPs. He said if they don't want to be late to the office or programs, then they should leave early or use public transportation such as the LRT or MRT. He added that it would be good for ministers to experience daily commutes like the rest of the public, with traffic jams due to highway construction that has not been completed for years and the ineffective public transport network. His comments came after a video showing two police outriders escorting the son of Baling MP Abdul Aziz Abdul Rahim in Penang spread on social media. Commenting on this, Zaidel reiterated calls for the usage of outriders to be restricted to those who really need security, such as the Prime Minister, senior ministers, and those who qualify. He said anyone else who needs an outrider must get approval from the Home Ministry or Inspector General of Police if there are reasonable grounds. Police had yesterday confirmed that they were investigating the case. Penang Police Chief Muhammad Shuhaili Muhammad Zain said there had been no instructions from senior officers of Bukit Aman or the Penang Police Contingent for the two police officers to escort a private vehicle in Jalan Bukit Gambir several days ago. He said the duo had been transferred to the Administrative Division until the investigation into the case was completed.
PKR's Rafizi Ramli has claimed that there are 54,000 dubious members in the party membership list. His claims come just ahead of the PKR polls, which will be held from May 13th to 18th. PKR Deputy President candidate Rafizi Ramli has claimed that his team has identified 54,000 records of party members which are dubious. According to Sinar Harian, Rafizi said he had lodged a complaint with the party's Internal Election Committee on the matter on April 12. He added that he hoped his group would not be allowed to vote during the upcoming party election. According to Rafizi, his team had identified the issue after uncovering 1,500 records on the membership list which contain only a name and phone number but no further details. Rafizi claimed that when his team called the number of some in this group, they responded by saying they were unaware that they were party members. He said that there are also some records with inaccurate IC numbers. Rafizi added that he was satisfied with the progress of investigations by the PKR Internal Election Committee into the complaint. During the PKR leadership elections in 2018, similar complaints about dubious membership records were made, particularly in Sarawak. The PKR polls this year will be held from May 13 to May 18. Rafizi will be facing PKR Secretary General Saifuddin Nasution Ismail for the deputy presidency post. Police have confirmed and begun investigations into an incident where a traffic police officer allegedly hit a man at a roadblock.
Police have opened up an inquiry paper on an incident where a traffic police officer at a roadblock had roughed up a male traffic offender in Bukit Mertajam near Georgetown yesterday. Penang Police Chief Muhammad Shuhaili Muhammad Zain confirmed the incident and said that they are conducting further investigations into the case. He said police had come across a 31-second dashcam video, which was uploaded by the owner of the Penang My Hometown Facebook account on the incident. Following this, he said a police report had been lodged and they will identify and gather information from the owner of the Facebook account to complete the investigation. He added that the victim has yet to lodge a police report regarding the incident, and that the officers and personnel involved in the roadblock have been reassigned to administrative duties pending the investigation. He said the police will be transparent in the investigation to ensure justice for all. The video showing a police officer hitting a motorist at a roadblock had gone viral on social media yesterday. Several netizens had criticized and questioned the police over their action.
Two men have been fined after a 29-second video went viral capturing them directing handheld firecrackers at each other in a war game.
Police have fined two men over an incident involving the use of fireworks to attack each other in Senawang, Seremban. They were charged with selling fireworks without a permit under the Explosives Rules 1923. This came after a 29-second video which captured a group of men directing handheld firecrackers at each other in a game of combat went viral on social media. Seremban Police Chief Nanda Maruf said the men, aged 22 and 33, pleaded guilty at the Seremban Magistrates Court and were fined 300 ringgit. He said the incident had occurred in Senawang on May 4th and police had detained 10 individuals over it on May 6th.
Pihak polis telah menahan seramai 10 orang lelaki yang terdiri daripada peniaga dan pembeli bunga api mercun yang berumur di antara 19 hingga 42 tahun yang ditahan di sekitar Senawang.
Nanda added that 6 others who were arrested over the same incident were released on bond, while another 2 were freed. He also reminded the public to take precautions against such dangerous acts during the festive seasons.
Najib Abdul Razak and his son Muhammad Nazifuddin got leave today to appeal the 1.7 billion ringgit tax bill against them. Former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak and his son Muhammad Nazifuddin have been allowed to appeal to the federal court over a tax-related summary judgment against them. This follows a decision today by a 3-member bench led by Chief Justice Tengku Maimun Tuan Mat to allow for the leave application to appeal against the Court of Appeal's decision. The former Prime Minister and his son are seeking leave to file an appeal against the summary judgment obtained by the Inland Revenue Board to recover more than 1.7 billion ringgit in tax arrears from them. Previously, 2 separate high courts had allowed the RIB's applications to enter summary judgment. This was to recover tax arrears of 1.69 billion ringgit from Najib and 37.6 million ringgit from Nazifuddin for the period between 2011 and 2017. Najib and Nazifuddin had lost their appeal in the Court of Appeal on September 9, 2021 to set aside the summary judgment. However, on October 21st last year, the Court of Appeal allowed an application by Najib and Nazifuddin to stay the tax-related summary judgments against them, pending the hearing of their leave to appeal the application before the federal court. When contacted, one of Najib and Nazifuddin's counsels said that they would file a notice of appeal as soon as possible. The government has called for Airasia to respond and fix issues related to flight delays and rescheduling. This came following numerous complaints from customers on social media about their services recently. Here's more take on that. Airasia will provide feedback to the Ministry of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs on consumer issues, including those related to flight delays and rescheduling. This is according to Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Minister Alexander Nantalingi. In a post on Twitter, Alexander said he has contacted Airasia for an explanation from a consumer affairs perspective. This came following numerous complaints on social media about delays and rescheduling of Airasia flights. Alexander said, among others, issues raised during a preliminary engagement with Airasia were on flight delays and rescheduling of flights exceeding more than 6 hours. He said they had also raised the rights of consumers to receive compensation and had asked Airasia to provide a guide on the process to file complaints. He added that he expected the company to respond within 24 hours. Earlier, Transport Minister Wee Ka Seong had also commented on the issue. Wee said that the Transport Ministry had instructed Airasia to immediately resolve the issues. He added that authorities had also reprimanded the airline to ensure their strict compliance with technical, economic, and safety regulations. He said that they will not hesitate to take action towards operators that fail to do so. Speculation has been rife that DAP's Damansara MP Tony Phua may follow Ong Kian Ming and also sit out the next general election.
There has been speculation that DAP's Damansara MP Tony Phua may not be contesting in the upcoming 15th general election. The speculation spread following Bangi MP Ong Kian Ming's announcement yesterday that he will not be contesting in GE15. According to Sinchu Daily, DAP sources said a leader formerly with the elite faction may take a similar decision as Ong to quit politics temporarily. The source was quoted as saying that the leader had issued a statement to express this stance after the DAP Central Committee election in March. When asked whether the leader is Puah, the source told the Chinese language newspaper that this is only your speculation. Another source told Sinchu Daily that Puah had hinted at the idea of not contesting in GE15 even before the party polls. Yesterday, Ong had announced that he would be taking a break from frontline politics and would not offer himself as a candidate for the 15th general elections. Malaysia Kini had sought Puah's opinion on Ong's decision. However, the Damansara MP refused to comment. Malaysia Kini has also contacted DAP Secretary General Anthony Loke for comment.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.